In this quick tutorial, let's take a look at how we can assign the retake quiz and retake course option here in Adobe Captivate. So let's jump on in. Here I have a pretty standard project, typography training. It's full of content, images, animations, you name it, we got it. We scroll down to the bottom, we have a quiz. So here we get to the quiz start slide. They click on a button and they go through our quiz question slides. At the very end, they'll get the results and see if they passed or failed. Here on the results page, we can control a couple of things. We can set the passing and failing criteria. We could also set the number of times they can take the quiz. So if we want to allow them to take it more than once, we can do that here in the results page. To do that, if I select the results page and go to the interactions panel, you can see here are the options. We have the passing criteria. We also have the option to assign what type of interaction on pass or fail. And if we go down to the bottom, this is what we're talking about, the number of attempts. So here, if I assign unlimited attempts or more than 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, we'll allow the user to retake the quiz at the push of a button. So to do that here, if I set this to 2, here we go. Or if I set to unlimited attempts, we have the option to show the retake button. So if I turn that on, you can see there it is, the retake quiz. So what this does by default is that it'll take us back to the first instance of a question slide. So if I hit this button during the preview, it should take me to slide, 18. It takes me to slide 18, and I'll be able to take the quiz again. To see this in action, let's go to the quiz time start slide here. I'll hit the preview button, and let's test this out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and take the quiz, and let's go ahead and fail this real quick here. So tracking, submit, incorrect, okay. This is true, and you can see that's incorrect again. We'll assign just some random stuff here. There's a few of them. Rockwell is a slab tariff. Look at that, I got that incorrect once more. And we'll just type in whatever tracking. And submit. And I'm not going to even shuffle these here. I'm just going to hit submit. And there you go. So right away, you can see that I failed this quiz. In fact, I got nothing right. But if I want to take this again, I can hit the retake quiz button here in the results page. And it should take me back to slide 1 of the questions. And so that's exactly what we want. So if you want to allow your users to try your quiz multiple times, it's pretty easy. Now, you'll notice that we really couldn't change the default function of the retake quiz. By default, it's already set to go to the first instance of your question slides. So the question is, how do we do the retake course? That's a good question. So here, back in Captivate, again, we cannot adjust the retake quiz button. So if I click on here and click the retake quiz button, you'll see that unfortunately, I cannot reassign an interaction. So that's unfortunate. But doesn't mean that we're stuck with just going back to the first question slide. So here, if I want to retake course, I'm going to scroll all the way back to the first slide. Here we are. And we can do a little trickery here. I can assign an interaction to the begin course button, of course, right? But I could also assign that to a quiz. So this is pretty interesting. Any interaction that I have inside of Captivate can potentially, report to a quiz. So whether it's a screen grab, right, a little demonstration, a button, maybe you make your own quiz questions. You can do that. We can allow them to report to the quiz and start to capture that information. So here, if I click on the begin course button and go to my visual properties panel, down at the very, very, very bottom of this panel, you can see there's a reporting section. If I click on that and include this in a quiz, that will go ahead and start reporting to my results page as a response. Now, I don't have to assign a point value to it. If I have my calculations already set for my passing criteria, I can leave that alone and set that to 1, or I can even set it to 0. If you want to include it in a quiz, you can add some weight to it and assign a number of points. For here, 1 is good enough. I'm going to leave it alone. So after we have this ready to go, you can see that it's set to 1. It's adding to the total. It's fine. If I want to report to LMS, we can report this interaction to the LMS if they got it correct or not. Not necessary for this type of interaction. And now what I can do is test this project out. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and preview this. introduction, hit the preview button. So we start from the beginning. Here we go. And I'm just go ahead and jump around here. Begin course. I'm going to open up my TOC here and just jump right to the quiz. So I believe it's right after here. We'll go to the very last slide. Quiz time. Okay, that's good. And let's retake the quiz. So take quiz. Let's get this wrong again. So kerning, submit. Do this real quickly here. True, submit. Choose whatever options here. Not trying to get this correct. Tracking again. There we go. Submit. And we'll go ahead and leave this as default. Hit submit. And there you go. You can see that we have failed this again. So now if I were to hit the retake quiz button, it shouldn't take me back to the first multiple choice question. It should take me back to the beginning, giving me the retake course option, which is pretty cool. So here, hit retake quiz, give it a click, and look at that. It took us back to the first slide, and we're ready to go. So again, you have the option whether you want to allow the user to retake the course or not. Retake the course needs to be assigned as an interaction for your button that reports. If you want to retake the quiz, just leave it alone, and it does exactly what you need to do. Again, go to your results page, define the number of attempts, and there you go. So if you have any questions, let me know. Try it out. Give it a shot.